Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mermaid Soul Readings. I'm delighted to have you here. I truly appreciate the time you take to connect with my energy. Let's dive into today's reading. It's going to be about uh, who is intimidated by you. Okay, that's the reading about. If there's any person who is feeling threatened or some way feeling not good about you or something like that, let's see why they feel that way, what that is about. Okay, so pile 1 will be this card, 4 of cups. Pile 2 will be 2 of wands, and pile 3 will be the wheel of fortune. Okay, you can just feel centered and pick your pile. All right, hope you've got enough time to pick your pile. Let's start with pile number 1. Hey, pile 1. Okay. There is a person who's trying to offer you support or offer you help, but I just see you going in your own way and not very much uh, bothered about who's giving what and what they are giving. And they think that the other person might think that you don't see the value in it, but actually you do not need it. You are a little closed off, you do not want to share much anything about them or something like that. They just feel that you are on top and you don't want anything. Either you didn't accept their offer or support, they were trying to do something for you, but I think you are just walking in your own way. But for them it just feels like you are a little apart from them or away from that person. They are just trying to help you, and it is unlikely for anyone to not accept help. It is yeah, you feel like it is unlikely, but you just said no. Or yeah, you don't seem to be bothered about that. You're just fine with what you have. You might have said, you didn't say, but you might have not accepted their help, because I think you have a way to go, and you know what you're doing, you know what you're following, where you need to do and what you need to do, whether you need it or not. So you might be very uh, yeah, clear about your decisions. So this person is feeling getting intimidated by you. Yeah, okay. uh, you might be very much uh, sure about whether you need to take this or not. You think a lot before accepting that help. You do not just go away and then grab anything as you want. You take only if it is worthy for you, only if the other person who is giving you, okay, I see you being testing them, or I see you being whether you are being tested there. you are a magician, and also you just don't accept anything and everything, and then they just feel like you know everything, you have everything, what to offer to you. And but then you are very much uh, protective about what you have. Yeah, you're also very much protective about what you have. Then why aren't you not accepting help? Something, yeah, why aren't you not accepting any help? I think you are very much, you scrutinize people, or yeah, you scrutinize people, and you just don't take anything and everything onto you. And that is what is making them, you observe a lot, you think before you do anything. And they, and people, when I think this person, this is one person, or maybe two people, I don't know, but maybe one person is like seeing you, how you observe, how you calculate things, or how you uh, understand whether you need this or not, and only if it is needed you're taking, and you don't share much about anything to anyone. And that's why they might get intimidated about you. They just feel that you have everything and you know everything, and yeah, that's what they feel. They feel that you have everything or all the experience, and you know where or how things work, and that's why you're not. Yeah, that's how they feel. Pile number, yeah, pile number one, the I think you have a lot about what you're doing. You have a lot of understanding about whether to take this help or not, whether should I just leave it here or not, and what will happen if do not just, if I do not just take this help. Because you clearly know what has happened in the past. They might think that something, you're very scrutinizing people or staying in your boundaries, because something had, that's what they think, something had happened in the past, and you are, though you seem to be, the way you talk, you seem to be very soft and, yeah, soft and gentle at the same time. They also know that you can also be very much, you can also be the opposite. Means when something is needed, you also talk. When something doesn't work, you also talk. You make sure that things doesn't work, and you know that you do that. Yeah, they cannot actually try to compete with you. And no, it's not about competing with you. It is also about, they also, that person also know that you can also do both ways. You are just trying to be kind, but if you want, you can also be uh, a little bit harsh. If something difficult comes your way, you can also be, yeah, you can also be harsh. You know how to, if you need any, if there is anything, you may also raise your voice. That's, and they might have, that's why they got intimidated, or yeah, that's why they got intimidated. Yeah, you see things equally. You see things for what they are, as how they appear. You just don't take anything and everything. You just want equality. You just want right. You want things to be right. You want things to be exactly as how they said. You have your own. Yeah, that's why they are scared of you. See, they might not be a person who will actually. They also want to be right. Okay, it's not that they do not want to be right. They are not cheating anything, but then they got to be, got used to be the way, of how um, like adjusting things, they don't raise their voice. But you seem to be a person who shares, who uh, speak your mind, who shares the truth, who be with the truth. You just don't easily get swayed. So that is one thing. I think the ego is also hurt in some way, because you are an entirely different person than compared to them, and that's what has made them different. Yeah. Yeah, you just stay in your rights. You ask for rights. You want things to be exactly how they said and how it has to appear. If anything goes wrong, you just ask. You say. You just don't settle with anything less than what you deserve or what was promised. You go by the laws, pile number one, and that's why this person gets intimidated. It's not that they are cheating, it's just that they got used to the way of getting adjusted with anything and everything, but you don't. And that's why this person is getting intimidated by you. Who is this person? Any hints about? But you appear to be very, yeah, you appear to be very gentle and soft. Mm. This person wants everything to be in their way. Okay, they have a shadow part of them where they want things to be their way. And yeah, but their outward appearance is entirely different. And that is why they get triggered when they see you. Yeah, you seem to have everything. You are just glowing, and yeah, you are just glowing. You are the person. You seem to have everything and you speak your mind, but they don't. And that is why they get triggered whenever they. This person is supposed to get triggered by you. I think that will help them, yeah, for their upliftment. I think this is a shadow side of them which they are not showing it to the world. There is another side of them which they seem to be like very cordial kind of a person. Okay, that's the message I have for you, pile number one. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below. Let's start with pile number two. someone who goes by the book and you're not. This person is getting intimidated by you because you both are standing in two different level. What you're saying is also right, what they are saying is also right, and they do not know where to how to actually phase you. What you're saying is also right and what they say is also right. Only thing, they are going in a different way and you are going in a different way. At the end of it is actually the same, but still this person is getting intimidated by you because you don't just give up. You don't just give up, and they know that whatever you are supporting or whatever you are for, uh, you know how to balance that and make sure that what you're saying is also right. And they cannot see that truth, or they cannot actually what to say, they cannot actually see that there is a point in that. They cannot actually witness that, because for them it is actually something big, whatever they had been believing so far. And it is not wrong, okay? They had been brought up that way. Whatever they had been believing, or whatever limiting beliefs, or whatever norms they had been following, they still follow the same, and they want the world to follow the same, and they cannot change into anything. But you are a person who goes as per your intuition. You don't just simply follow anything and everything just because a law that has been, there's no law, just because it has become a norm. You don't just blindly believe things. You question, you want reasons as to why, but they don't question, they don't have any reasons, they just follow some structure and norms. But you are not that. You both are, both might be in a midway as to they are not sure how to convince you, and but you are just standing in your truth. I don't see you getting swayed. You both might want something, you both might want something to work out, and you do not know where to meet some halfway or something like that. When it comes to you, they just feel, they sometimes feel that they still need a lot of practice, or a lot they need to know when it comes to you. But you show up like very experienced person. Or even if you are not experienced, you might not be experienced, you might not have that much of experience in terms of age or in terms of anything, but then you come across as a person who seem to be very sensible in terms of having your opinions, in terms of living your life, or in, yeah, in terms of, especially in terms of having your opinions. But this person, see, they are not wrong. They are not wrong here. They have not, they had met people like you, but they had not thought like they would actually come across with a person where they had to share something, or they had to be with that person, or take their ideas and see what the other person say, considering other opinions which is entirely different from what they believe. It is exactly the opposite, but then, yeah, certain similarities, but then it is also something contradictory for them, which they cannot even take it, and they do not want to see it, but they wanted to see it, and they do not. Yeah, this person is getting intimidated by you because they do not know, they cannot convince you, that's for sure, and they are figuring out. Oh my god, I completely forgot this. It's okay, we'll see at last. And they are figuring out as to what could be done here. Yeah, this person could be, yeah, you both are coming together to do something, to say something, and they do not know how it will end up. Whether it could be, it could be about a partnership. Pile number one, this person is getting intimidated by you just because of their values and how your values differ, how you see things differently from them, and they cannot take it because seeing things differently for them and come merging, having to merge a partnership with the other person with different beliefs, entirely different beliefs than them, is actually something very new for them, which they cannot take it at first. So I think they will take some time to decide whether how to talk to you, or yeah, but whichever way they go or whatever they do, you seem to be a magician. You have a good catch about, good understanding about how things flow in your world, how things make sense, and whichever way you're going, the route you're going makes sense. And they do not even want to see it. That's the problem. I think you will actually talk or get into a you might talk together talk this person is intimidated by you. They are very much doubting themselves, and that is why this back and forth, how much ever they try, because they are a person who create the same thing again, who actually believes in doing what they know. They feel like this is the right way to go, and I am doing it this way. And yeah, they might actually do some back and forth, and you know it, this person might actually uh, cannot be direct. One time they might say anything, and the other time they might say something else different. And when it comes to a certain norm and structure, they always follow structure. They want structure, and they want things to keep organized. Even if it makes, if they feel like any change would actually help them for upliftment or something better, but still they don't do. That kind of person. This is how you will know this person if this reading resonates with you. And yeah, they, if anything new comes up, I think they will first sit and think of the all the situations, and then only they will decide. They will just not go ahead with anything and everything. Yeah, something new, adapting change is actually something huge for them, which they cannot do. Okay. You might have to actually, yeah, you might, both your energies might actually change, and you might get into this partnership. It could be a partnership, or otherwise, it could be about any relationship, also. Any relationship. Doesn't have to be romantic, it could be romantic also. Okay, that's the message I have for you, pile number two. Share your thoughts in the comment section. And one more thing, if you do not feel like, if you are not resonating with this pile, you do not have to tell me that I have that thing and I do not want. If you do not want, you do not give energy to that person. That's it. It's up to you. Okay. There is change happening. It could be related to your family, either your mother or your father. There is definitely a change happening. Who's getting intimidated by you? A family is getting intimidated by you. But because you are entirely different and you keep changing yourself, you are entirely different and you keep changing yourself, and that's why these people get intimidated by you. How do you keep changing your life? How do you know things? And how do you know everything? Something like that. or or they see you in different personas, and they do not know how things actually work for you, or you do not seem to get swayed with anything. It could be your own people, your own family. Okay, they might get intimidated by you because you changed. Okay, or they see some changes in you and that's why they are getting intimidated. It could be your own family, or it could be people around you, or it could be any place where you associate. And they see a lot of different changes in you, and how things work for you. How do you manage, how things actually work for you? Something like that. Why are these people getting intimidated by you? Because you're knowing things, and you might be staying alone. Okay, you might be staying alone, and something has happened that has created some sort of a rift between the two of you. So you decide to separate things. This is me and this is you. Let me just be separate. Something has happened, okay, and you decided that let keep things separate. I'm not going to be associated with this. So let me be separate. This is my level, this is your level. Just better be there. And you're just walking your way. And you know how to, you might have a pet, you may not have a pet, but then you know your way. They also know that yeah, you have your boundaries, which they can clearly understand. And since you are I think since you are staying alone, or yeah, what you, yeah, that's why they get intimidated by you. Especially in terms of conversation, they might have actually feel the changes. When something doesn't work, you just try to just move away. How do you do that? You just go in your own way, and you just, these people get intimidated by you. Okay, if something doesn't work, if something did not go your way, you just have your boundaries. If anyone is actually uh, yeah, something might have happened between the two of you, either with these people. I think it could be more than two people. Okay, two groups also, or three groups, or many people. If something doesn't work, you just know, you just move, and you know your standards. See, this is me. You just stay where you are, and I am this. You said something like this, and you don't get scared of them. Maybe you don't follow the crowd. Okay, this high priestess card, that's what it says to me. Maybe you don't follow the crowd. You like to stay alone, or not, yeah. A lot of thoughts goes into your mind when things like this happen, and when you come back, the comeback is actually very strong, that people could see. These people are getting intimidated by you. It could be more than one person. Pile number 3, please take how it resonates. there's a lot of introspection happening after this happens, and then when you come back, the comeback is actually very strong, and you just move your own way. You still don't associate yourself with the people, and that's why people are getting intimidated by you. They might even talk about you. They might even talk about you, and you know that, I guess. But you know that what you want, you know how this person is actually managing things, just like this. Something like that. They might also actually talk about you. What has happened to this person? You might not actually talk to them. They might have actually tried talking to you, and you might not have spoken to them. These people are talking about you, and they also intimate and they got intimidated by you, and that's why they are talking about you. It's like more than one person. For many of you it will be like more than one person. Otherwise, for some of you it could be just one or two. That's why these people get intimidated by you. How will you know them? You might It might be some place where there are people around. Let's see. Okay. Um, yeah, you might actually speak for yourself. You don't just give up any fight. You speak for yourself. You want a justice. You just say the truth and ask for your rights. They thought you won't actually share anything. They thought, but actually you share things. You say things out. And that is intimidated. They get intimidated because of that. That's how you will know them. And you can catch things. You can catch people red-handed. You can figure out, who did what, who said what. Okay, that's a message I have for you, pile number 3. Do share your thoughts if this reading resonates with you. And thank you for joining me today. I hope these insights provided you clarity and direction you need as you move forward. If this reading resonates with you, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll connect with you all in my next reading. Bye.